Welcome to AlonzoBash Podcast, where art and culture meets activism. Nadine Sutherland, known for her iconic music from Action with Terror Fabulous, Babyface, and Buju Banton, Dickie Dickie shares her remarkable journey. From childhood star singing at Bob Marley Tough Gong Studio to becoming an international R&B, reggae, and dancehall artist, she's now revealing personal stories. Her short film, Someone Loves You, won at Essence Festival 2025, highlighting the struggles families face when it comes to mental health. Nadine opens up about song Pair of Wings, reflects her experience of losing her brother, and pays tribute to reggae icon Garnett Silk. She'll discuss why she pursued her master's degree, her favorite dancehall combinations, and how she ended up creating a dubplate for Vice President Kamala Harris. This and lots more AlonzoBash Podcast starts now.
Is a legend in the reggae dancehall space. She's actually known as the original princess of reggae and dancehall. So without further ado, I don't want to waste no time, man. The beautiful Miss Nadine Sutherland, welcome.
Welcome. Thanks for having me, man. Thanks for having me.
Hey,
Yeah,
pleasure.
I'm so happy to be here because this is good respite from what is over the country, because everybody is frantically trying to get last minute shopping done because of the pending hurricane. So
Well, I know. Hopefully it's nothing major. Hopefully it's just going to be a blowover and nothing major that will affect the island.
we're hoping, but you know what? I think when you're my age and live through Gilbert, you take every storm seriously. Because I was speaking to somebody and was like, you and I are the same age. And you remember Gilbert. So back in the days, people used to take storms for granted. Not anymore, because Gilbert was,
Yeah. I remember Gilbert. I actually was in primary school at the time in Trinidad. And let off early. And I remember distinctively, man, the sky actually opened up. There's certain day actually turned into night. And talk about
That's Gilbert. That was Gilbert. Gilbert was hard.
Yeah, I remember that, man. Those were the days. So hopefully, no more. Hopefully, this will not be a repeat of.
We're praying and hoping.
Yes, I. All right, so let's get into it, man. So first and foremost, I definitely want to take this opportunity to congratulate you on Essence Awards Short Film Festival. Yeah. Won Best Short Film, and of course the movie Someone Loves You, the movie directed by Mindy and Victoria Perry, and this was your acting debut.
It was my acting debut officially. I've never been in a movie before, so it's really something that I am totally and utterly psyched, proud. All of this thing I was speaking about with Mandy and Victoria, this is just so unexpected. They just put their all in. Everybody just turned out and did a great job.
Yes.
And this short film just started to take off. Everywhere we have shown it, it has impacted people. People can identify with it. And we are the film has taken all of us on a wonderful ride, and it's still continuing.
Yeah, I understand that the fans hadn't gotten an opportunity yet to see it, but I understand the movie has a lot to do with mental health.
Yes, it basically is about this woman, me, Bob Marley. Yes, I'm suffering from paranoia, schizophrenia.
Okay.
And it shows how it impacts all who is around her, is around her. The husband, the mother, just how people respond, how it is hard to deal with. Yeah. Because how life can change drastically, because she was a beautiful artist that traveled the world, fabulosity, and just in an instant, she just started exhibiting all the symptoms of paranoia, schizophrenia. And it was just hard it just showed how it impacted the responses. It is so layered and beautiful. It's such a wonderful piece of art. I'm so happy that I answered the call. If they teach me one thing to it teach me. So when somebody write me upon Instagram, respond, because some people and everybody and everybody are idiots and everybody muddy. Some people it's real business.
I like how you said that. Yes. And that's for for everyone, especially people in the entertainment business, always respond because you never know who is who and who leads to who. You know,
You never knew, because when I saw it and I was asked if I've ever done a movie before, I said no. There's like, would you read for? And if I have any, I never done a movie before, but if I have any drama experience, which I did, so
Yes.
I was like, yeah. I was like, okay. Audition. I auditioned, not thinking about anything, but I showed up. I learned the script. I showed up, and then they called me back for a second audition that we did online. And again, I showed up, did my thing, and the next thing was reading with a whole group of us. I was a little bit intimidated because all of the people are some seasoned actors and actresses, brilliant masters of the craft, and then we showed up on set.
Well, you know what? It makes sense to them because you have a well, I don't want to say drama, but you have a, for my research, looking at you have a natural, it's natural to you. When you describe things, you feel, it can be a little dramatic, So.
I'm a little bit of a drama queen. You can say it.
All right, nice, man. But that's great, man. I'm really looking forward to more projects from you in the acting space, and yeah, I think you has what it takes. Definitely looking forward to the movie.
Thank you. Yeah, I would do more acting. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. All right, so let's take a trip down memory lane. Let's start from the early days, the beginning.
Sure.
At age 11, I'm sure you told the story many times, and of course, Mary, we definitely. Well, I'm excited once again to talk about it. At age 11, you took part in the Tasty Talent competition. Obviously, your parents realized at an early age you have a talent for singing, right? And they took it upon themselves to enter yourself into the competition.
Let me tell you what happened. I was always a kid that was always singing. I always laugh and say, I was kind of weird, I was this weird kid that was always singing. And my mother, anybody, she was so proud of me. Nadine can sing, so everybody, you could come over for tea. I'll be singing for you because mommy was like, Nadine can sing. I'm singing at basic school stuff. I was singing at concerts around the community. And then that's in Kingston. Then we moved to Above Rocks, and I was singing around the community. The other day, I was talking to my uncle about Loyalty Youth Club and just community little shows. And then there was Horace Martin, who was an area artist also. And he told me about Tasty Talent Contest, and I entered. And I won my preliminary, and then I won the grand finals, and that was it. But then when you look at the story, that I always say that music chose me. When you hear Diane Jobson, who was Bob Marley attorney, who was basically responsible for Tough Gong, who came as representative of Tough Gong. Sangy Davis, who eventually produced my first song, was thinking of signing the guy who became second.
Yeah.
And Dan was like, no. Dan overruled him and said, I want that little girl. It's the little girl I want.
Yeah.
My whole life changed from it. I went to Tough Gong, got introduced to Bob, and, got, introduced to Jamaica and fully, Yeah. So,
Wow.
That's the story of how everything changed 45 years ago.
Yeah, this year so is your 45th anniversary in the music.
45 years. I can't believe it. I'm like some people don't live that long.
Yeah, for real. So your parents, your mom and your dad, I understand your dad is also very big into Pan-Africanism. What about your siblings? Do you have siblings?
Very, very much so. Yeah, man. I have it's 5 of us is mommy and daddy, but 2 of us that I know of with daddy alone. And I use the word that I know of, because Jamaica man them say. But I'm sure if there was anybody else, we would have already been introduced. I'm just saying that to laugh.
Understand. So you're the only one that actually got involved in music?
My other brother Andrew can sing, and my brother Gary is a studio engineer. But apart from that, nobody really showed any interest. I was just like with the nieces them. I was like, which one are you? They love dancing, but they're all just like some bright, smart young ladies. My niece just went on to Spelman. They have no interest in being a singer. And I was hoping like, okay, let's see something there, but nobody is showing any side of that.
Fair enough. All right, so you won the competition. I understand you also beat Yellow Man. He was one of the contestants as well. So you definitely had some talent with them early day.
Well, I guess I did. Yeah, but it's not about beating Yellow Man or whatsoever, because that's not something that I boast about. I mean, I was a child. I guess it was a novelty. I could dance, I could sing, and I won. So that was it. But Yellow Man is such an excellent artist. All those artists that were a part of Tasty, Paul Blake, Horace Martin, I probably won, but they were winners in their own rights because they're really talented people,
Yep, fair enough. All right, so you got to Tough Gong. I understand you were the first artist to sign with Tough Gong record label. How was it?
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure that I hear people say it, but when I went to Tough Gong, there are other people. Israel Vibration, Junior Tucker, Judy Moore did her Black Woman album. So I don't think so. I don't think I was the first artist signed to Tough Gong. There were other people there, but I guess it's so romantic for some people. So they're always saying it. So.
Well, you know what? Thanks for clearing that up, because I never knew Israel Vibration was signed on the Tough Gong. Never knew that.
Well, I don't know. I know they did an album because I remember us, So it's the other day. We all gonna sing the same song. I heard it at Skill Call 799, and I remember we were having that album, and I remember seeing them at Tough Gong when I was younger.
Okay. Wow. All right. You also work with, of course, Miss Rita Marley. I understand she kind of took over some of the responsibilities after.
Yes. After when Bob transitioned, it was Mrs. Marley. Bob probably is organization, I always give them credit for starting me, but I give Rita, Mrs. Marley, the credit for developing me. Because when our children was doing classical voice training, which I still am benefiting the strength of my voice and everything, Mrs. Marley was like, Nadine, go on the voice training. My father and I could even think about that. Nadine got the piano lessons with her children. And I was learning to sing and all of that with Ziggy, Sharon, Sedella, and Stephen. And I'm very, very thankful. The first major tour that I ever been on was Hey World Tour. Mrs. Marley took me on it. As a result of that, I learned a lot about rehearsals, being professional, understanding that you're going on tour. So you'll not only physically prepare yourself, but mentally prepare yourself. You're going to go on the road for a month. You have to ensure that every day you have the clothes them to go and perform in. And just how she conducted the rehearsal, the kids rehearsed and it was sharp. And that's that. I learned a lot to approach this music from a level that it's your bread and butter. You make sure it's done well and don't take it for granted. And you come from a professional, disciplined space.
You pretty much became part of the family.
Yes, for several years I rolled with the Marley kids, until in my 20s, we kind of drifted apart. But I was very, very close to them from I started at Tough Gong at 11 till in my 20s, They left Jamaica, and I was very, very close to them. We did a lot of stuff together, and I honor those moments. I honor Mrs. Marley, what she did, and I'm grateful to her for never thinking that I did not deserve to be developed with her children.
Yes.
So I'm appreciative of that.
Nice. Okay. So you mentioned your 20s, and at this point, I believe you migrated to, or you visited the UK. When did that happen?
I never migrated. I was just going regularly because I was ultra ambitious and I wanted a music recording deal, and I was gonna work my butt out to get it. So I went to the UK, and I remember I did an audition for Soul to Soul. I got the part.
Yeah.
Karen left the group. Karen Wheeler.
Yes, Karen Wheeler. You know what's funny? Because I remember hearing about that, and I actually went back and looked up Soul to Soul to refresh my memory, and I actually could see yourself. I could actually see you in that group. You have the melody. You have the style.
I was gonna rock it. I thought that would have been I thought I was gonna rock soul to
Uh,
soul. I was honored. I was just happy. I was in my kids. I'm just thinking being in London. I love London. I was young and got the
yeah.
part. The managers hated each other like dogs. They hated each other.
Wow.
Erskine Thompson and Don Taylor. You see, they
Yeah.
both transitioned. I'm still here. They hated each other and it just never worked out. I remember
Yeah.
Erskine said to me, all right, it don't work out, but let's do some, demos. And
Yeah.
I started doing demos all over London, doing demos, just having a dream of being out there. And I remember when he came back to me and he said, okay, start doing demos because dancehall at that time, you know, um, Shaba was out there, Super Cat, and he was like, do some
Yeah.
dancehall demos. And I was ready because, it was the music of my, I was doing my young people music now, the
Yeah.
music of my time. So
Yeah.
I was going to England and I came and I did Wicked and Wild and Action was actually a demo
Yes.
at that time.
I heard.
Yeah, so that's the beginning of
Uh-huh.
another chapter in my life.
So the demos you were doing in the UK, they were most based with like R&B style or what type of style?
B style and all of that. And yeah, they were really, really good actually.
Yeah.
They were really, really good. But it was, I guess, you're not gonna stand out in that field when you have so many people trying for it. So I
Yeah.
came back and just like owned what is mine naturally,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I
So,
could apply everything that I learned, in terms of honing, the voice training you hear it in all of my music you hear, like, and okay, I was doing also a lot of voice training in London.
okay.
That was a second tier of voice training. You see now when with the young artists, some of them you can't talk to, some of them don't even bother.
The
I'm a
things, man.
stickler for development.
Talk the things, man.
Hmm?
Now I say go ahead, man.
No, I'm
Talk the
just saying
things.
I'm a stickler.
Yeah.
Even now, in my age and stage, if I remember when I do best of the best the other day, and I know somebody didn't want to kill it. I went to dance classes.
Really?
Yeah, and I make sure I do dance classes. So by the time I do best of the best, then me go do
Yes. Yes. You say you went to for dancing lesson or refresher for best of the
a refresh. I say refreshing. Refresher.
refresher.
Refresher. Because I wanted my energy to be just like on point for both of them. And
Wow.
definitely was. Even like I was talking to Judy, my manager, I was like, the beginning of next year, I'm gonna start refresher dance lesson. What happened is that I got sick. I had a bad flu that made me miss some of what my development for Best of the Best and Rotterdam. It made me miss it. And I'm like, you know what? I had to catch up and I did catch up. But I don't understand them. I believe practice is so important to me. Rehearsals and doing your lessons and all of that. For me, it works. I don't know for anybody else. But I know for me to refresh up and keep your energy fresh, especially, I don't know. And some of the young artists, you mention it, sometimes you see them and you're just like, when I make a couple voice lessons and some dance classes,
Yeah.
them doing the place. Because some of them have some basic talent, but they need like certain things that can sharpen their talent.
Well, I'm
But
very happy you took opportunity to kind of elaborate on that. But I'm still taken aback that 45 years in the business and you still decided upon yourself to freshen up your dancing skills, which you
yeah.
need. But that's very impressive. Very, very impressive. Wow. All right. So you moved back to Jamaica, or you went back home, as some people would say. And at that point, your demo was out there, and who picked it up first, Dave Kelly or Donovan?
No, I never left Jamaica. And I was between Jamaica and London.
Okay. Mhm.
And those demos is them. Wicked and Wild was not a demo.
Yeah.
Action was done by Dave Kelly with the
Okay.
intention of just being a demo. And when I did it with Dave now, Dave
Yeah.
decided that he's going to, is this his song? Is his rhythm?
Yeah.
So he released Action in the dancehall, was it 1994? Done the dancehall. Or it's 1990. I'm unsure. It's 1993. Yeah, Terror was signed to East West Electra. So he was working on Terror album. So it was just like organic stuff or action work. Because at that time, as I said before, dancehall was the everybody was like in love with dancehall. At that time, no, it because of what it did in the dancehalls in Jamaica, it seamlessly just like mash up the ethnic chart. The ethnic people know the Jamaicans. Terror was signed at that time. They released Gangsta. Show me Una and all original Ghana. Into Selector released this album, and Gangsta Anthem was released first. While Gangsta Anthem was released, I was in and out of the States doing little shows, and each one started scouting me. Before I was signed now, they decided that the second single would be Action for the international market.
Okay.
And when that happened, if you look at the video Action, initially, I wasn't signed to Electra. It's a Terror Fabulous. You didn't even see my name.
Yeah. Oh, your name wasn't on there on the video. Wow, I didn't. I was caught up in your dancing.
Exactly. But what happened is that because of my training as a dancer at that point, Karen knew that I was a trained dancer. She gave me the responsibility of getting the dancing together and the dancers together. So I went and hand selected all these young ladies. What the dancing that you saw in Action is mostly like 20% of the dancing that we did. We had a whole choreography, and it was just remarkable and beautiful. And the young ladies, I was very intentional. I was intentional. At those times, I don't think you saw a lot of Black women in videos. I had women of every color, dark-skinned women with dreadlocks, dark-skinned girls. I was like, I grew up in Jamaica. I am picking in my video the women that I grew with.
Yeah.
In terms of the rainbow of women. And we rehearsed. We did when you're in love with your craft is something else. Those young ladies, I think they learn the choreography and we rehearsed for 2 weeks, and then we shot the video, and we were on fire. We were doing some dancing, you know, they do the world of dance, and you see some of the choreography, but there's a lot of work we put in.
Imagine floating on the Chesapeake Bay, waves gently lapping, stress melting away. Now picture this, a spa but make it nautical. Welcome to Be Well Boats by Floating Needs. We're not just boats, we're floating sanctuaries of bliss. Drift away your worries with a massage while cruising the coastline. Choose from dockside, open water, or beachfront wellness experiences. Aromatherapy, hot stone massages, henna, scalp treatments. We're redefining relaxation. Why settle for ordinary when you can float to extraordinary? Perfect for birthdays, anniversaries, bridal parties, even waterfront weddings. Located at Canton Waterfront, Baltimore. Ready for your aquatic escape? Call 844-727-BOAT or visit floatingneeds.com. Your relaxation awaits.
Shipping nightmares? Not anymore. Let me spill the tea on stress-free international shipping. Jay's Hassle-Free International is the game changer you've been waiting for. Air, ocean, Caribbean, Dominican Republic. They've got it all covered. And those special rates? Absolutely amazing. Full container or just a corner, their prices will make your wallet do a happy dance. No more headaches over complicated shipping. Just call the shipper lady at 443-927-5816 and watch your worries vanish. Trust me, once you try Jay's Hassle-Free International, you'll wonder how you ever lived without them. Wave goodbye to shipping stress and hello to smooth sailing. Serving Pennsylvania, Delaware, and the DMV. Remember that number, 443-927-5816. Your stress-free shipping journey starts now. Hey, DMV, is your car giving you trouble? Look no further than MB Auto Repair, LLC. They are not just fixing cars. They are reviving dreams on wheels. From mysterious engine noises to stubborn transmissions, their expert, certified, and experienced mechanics tackle it all. From oil changes and maintenance, brake service, tire service, etc., affordable pricing with transparent quotes. That's the MB Auto difference. They are fast, reliable, and honest. Don't let car troubles stall your life. Swing by MB Auto Repair LLC. Your vehicle deserves the best, and so do you. MB Auto Repair LLC, your car's new best friend in the DMV. Call today 410-444-0500.
Wow. Yeah, I actually went back and like I mentioned, looked at the video because I was, preparing myself for interview. And I was like, wow, I think back then I was young too, but I think now when you look back, you were doing all at that time, all the hottest dancing. You had it down packed, man, in the middle of the road doing your, whole lot dance, your book. I was like, wow.
I know I'm doing this, that. It was a lot. They just like shot me in the middle of in half a trees, like dance. Yeah. And I decided to dance. And I was doing some African group and everything. And then the little youth come dance with me and we was, woo! We mash up the place, man. But, it's that love of the craft, love of dancing, love of the performing arts that basically you see it in action,
Yeah, yeah. Did you realize that song would have been, or I should say, become like a staple in the dancehall space? I mean, they can't do a dancehall at first. That's the drum roll at the beginning. Let me hear that drum roll. The 90s vibes about to start. Do you know that song would have become such a staple in the dancehall space?
Such an anthem, an international anthem. No. One thing, you see with action, my life and what fuels me is to show up, always giving the best that you can. It will always take you somewhere. Someone knows you. I read a script, I study, I go at the audition, I prepare myself like a professional. Action is the same thing. I went in the studio, I always laugh for Terror Fabulous and Dave Kelly. I laugh off of me because me a whirl of dance them time and the new dance I move. But I always laugh and say, probably that's why people pick up that energy, because I was just dancing. I was just like loving the song. And I'm like, I would have never known. Like a lot of stuff that has happened in my life is not something that I planned. That is going to go a certain way. But one thing, the only thing that I have power over is how I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Wow.
I have to do it with the best of intent. I cannot go there and be half-assed in anything that I do. I don't want it. It's like if I'm going to go on a show and it's the time, if it's not going to be done and I'm rehearsed and I'm going up there, a lot of time I get nervous, when I go on stage. But like when I say rehearse and make everything second thing for you, So none of these things I've ever planned that they're going to be successful. I just go there and do my best.
Yeah. Wow, you sound like a perfectionist. That's right.
Sometimes I have to catch myself because I don't like making mistakes, and I make mistakes. Like, I'm always on time. And the other day, it was so funny that God have a sense of humor. And I remember I loved, I pride myself on being on time. And there was something, it was last year, that's what I was doing. It was last year. And I was on time, but I went to the wrong place because I'm like, you need to stop this thing that you trying to always do. You have to, although it's good to motivate you, but then you look at the world and the world isn't perfect. So you frustrate yourself in trying to be perfect. So as I've gone older, I think I'm a little bit more relaxed. I understand that mistakes will be made. Yeah, sometimes you're going to be late. You're going to get caught up on the road. You don't have to kill up yourself and feel like, say, oh my God, something is wrong with you, But it has fueled me. It has fueled me. It has helped me to succeed. It has. I see that when I went and I studied at UWI, I saw the same attributes in me, being disciplined, not really wanting to fail. And I study and I study and I study and I study and, what's successful. So it's good in a way, but I had to learn to balance it.
Yes. Vibe magazine ranked Action 19th out of 50 greatest duets of all times, which is which is a major accomplishment, man. What's your take on that?
I think it's deserving of that. Action is really an incredible song. I thought that Terra Fabulous and me, in terms of what we did and put on that record. It's
Yeah.
hard that the vibe, the energy, how I sounded, how he sounded, because he's one of our greatest players.
Yes. Yes.
That is so hard to replicate, and I'm very, very honored to have that, be considered so highly. But
Yeah.
I believe that we did the work, and that two of us just give the essence to that song. That I don't think anybody else would have suited it in terms of the juxtaposition of our vocals with each
Yes.
other. I don't think it would be able to. It would be accomplished. Anybody could have done this than us. So we were chosen for this.
All right. So, on the topic of combinations, you also did a track, of course, with the great Buju Banton. I
Of
understand
course.
I understand that song was actually two songs that actually came together to create one song.
Yes. Yes.
And the way it was
There's a
done,
whole story. There's a whole story.
yeah. So tell us a little bit about how you discovered that the song it was actually a major hit, and you didn't even know until someone brought it to your attention.
I didn't even know. That story is so amusing when I look back at it. I did
Right.
Wicked and Wild, and you did Dickie Dickie.
Yeah.
Some men know, but some men don't know. But if you know when the songs were released, you see Nadine Sutherland, Wicked and Wild, I see Buju Banton, Dickie Dickie.
Yeah.
So I'm in London one day trying to get my demos done. Went to a Jamaican store somewhere in London. And the man said, "Congratulations on your number one song with Buju Banton." I'm like, "I don't have a song with Buju," because I swear I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I said, "I don't have a song with Buju Banton." "What are you talking about?" He was like, "You have a song with Buju Banton." I said, "I don't have a song with Buju Banton, sir." The man I get bring the what I can understand. He's like, "You have a song with Buju Banton." I'm like, "I don't have a song with Buju Banton." When the man play the song and drop it on the what you call it, the record player, I hear, "Ooh, ooh, ah," hear I said, "God help me. God help me." So when I go to Jamaica, I go just kill Donovan Jeremy,
Yeah.
And nobody, first and foremost, they knew that I was so like, I was so afraid to sing like X-rated songs. Cause as I think about my granny and, my father, I said, "I mustn't shame me." And it was just not me. No, I don't care about what anybody else did. I know I just never felt good doing it. So when I hear it, I said to myself, "Lord have mercy." But guess what? As life go on, I'm very thankful that the combination was made, and I'm very thankful that it became, one of my biggest hits also across the globe. So yeah, we give thanks.
All right, so you're gonna stop. We're gonna continue again with another combination, one of the baddest combinations, in my opinion, in reggae dancehall space. I don't think there's any combination with so many artists on one rhythm, besides the Showtime. But as far as the song is concerned, we're gonna talk about "I Will Do Anything for You" with Daddy Snow. So you that song is actually a remix.
Yes. Snow and I did a song because they were trying to break me into, as a solo artist. After Action, a lot of attention was on me. So they said, "Okay, do a combination with Snow. Will give you more notoriety." Because remember, Snow had the number one song in coming up with his, he was coming out with his album, and I was the next person in succession for East West Electra.
Yeah.
So we did "I Will Do Anything for You" and did a video, and me trying to be cute in the video. And then Karen suggested that we do a remix, and we did the remix. And trust me, I just want to tell everybody that all that is everything want to hear. That's why I'm like, I am so in awe of my 90s DJ.
Yeah.
I am in awe at their level of their talent, man. I mean, they all came in and laid their tracks and created it on spot, laid their tracks.
Wow. Same day.
Right? Look at the extent of their talent. Look at how them write the rhythm naturally. Like everything, every moment of that song is a high. Is a high.
Yeah.
How incredibly talented these, I don't know.
Yeah, that song is
Yeah.
major. That song is major. So you said they all came to where was that recorded in Jamaica?
In Jamaica at Penthouse Studio.
Oh, that Penthouse. So yeah, they all were there. At that moment, they all like you said, they got together, wrote their songs.
One by one, them come in, and one by one they left and just throw down them thing. I remember when Buju came in, and Buju just harassing and said, "Ethiopian princess." So believe was, and it was right there. So may I tell you, it was amazing. It's incredible. And you listen to their vocals and their approach to the song. Oh my God, yeah.
Babyface, this is for my baby. Well, I don't want to sing it. I ain't got the voice. That's all you. But that song is also a staple in a lovers rock. When it comes to lovers rock, that song must play, man. How that whole song came about?
Must play. Babyface. Phyllis Practice Burrell. It's the funniest thing. Last Sunday I did Rise to the Occasion with Sizzler's 30th.
Okay, yes.
And I sang Babyface in my set. And the reason being is that Sizzler was my labor mate for a short while because I spent part of my career with Fatis, Exterminator Crew.
Okay, yep.
So Babyface came with Fatis. Barris Hammond was actually in the studio when I voiced Babyface.
Wow, nice.
Babyface was voiced twice. The first time, like you practice it. Because it has so much emotions and it has so much layers of it. Because I had a bridge in it. You're getting stronger every day. I'm so blessed. You are in my life. It's like I constructed it like an R&B song. I was listening to a lot of Whitney Houston and Shirley Murdoch. I heard that song, Lisa Fisher. I was heavily into R&B music. So Babyface had all of that. And those two songs were very reflective of, me as a singer with range and bridge and
yeah, man.
I'm so imaginative.
Nah, it works. I mean, listen, man, that works. Yeah, I can see a rainbow.
Yeah.
All right. You wrote a song, and this song, "Pair of Wings," was released right around the time when Garnet Silk passed on. That song, how the whole song came about?
Well, the same year when Garnet transitioned, I lost my brother, my adopted brother. And that line was in my head. Wherever you are in heaven, tell God I said you could be an angel. And I couldn't get the song. I couldn't get the rest of the song. Wherever you are in heaven, tell God I said could be an angel. That's it. That's where the song was. And then when Garnet transitioned, I just wrote the whole song and just had that as the chorus. And my bridges, I love my bridges. So that song was written. The one part of the song was written I don't remember what month Dougie died, but I know the Garnet died in December. So that part of the song just was when Dougie died. That was in my head, and then when Garnet died, the whole song just fleshed out. Yeah. So I think that song, and Francis was just not afraid. He was like, "Come and record it." Me a ball when we sing it. It was so big man like Fatis, and them look like them one ball too. I don't want to say it.
Deep song.
And Fatis totally just took it to RFM, and it was, I think, that song helped Jamaica to grieve when Garnet died. They played it. RFM played it over and over and over again. My head is lifting up. Yeah. They just played it, and it was like the song for Garnet, man. It was when Garnet. I remember when Garnet transitioned, the country was in grief. I mean, people were so hurt. They were so hurt. It was like people lost their brother, your son. It was such a painful moment for us when Ghana, it's like we can't believe and how we transition. Here we have our next Bob, as all people are saying, this great artist, he just went through a hard time. I think he was, the music can be rough and I guess fame and everything. And he kind of pulled away and he was healing and he was coming back and everybody was just waiting on him to drop the next song, and the fire just happened and he went back to save his mama. And
yeah, it's unfortunate. My mom actually was at his last concert in Trinidad, when he was and obviously the tragedy happened. So in 2015 you received your master's in cultural studies at the University of the West Indies. What was the inspiration for you to go back?
When I went back to my master's, I was invited by Sandra Naya that there's a specific program geared toward cultural practitioner. At the time, I wasn't really recording a lot. I wasn't getting a lot of shows. I just was doing the TV show Rising Stars. And I said, yes, jumping at the chance. I always wanted to go back to school. I had this urge to get a degree I was in my, as a teenage girl, I wanted to go back to school. And I got the opportunity, was successful in being chosen after I did some series of courses, and just went back. And with every level of being considered for the masters, I aced them, and I went back, and that was it. That was my inspiration then. But then afterwards, it's like, God in his wisdom, like nothing was happening for me musical. There was like a dearth. There's like nothing musical. So I was like, okay, probably God, you're doing me a favor. You want me to educate myself because music done with me. And I totally accepted that. I was fine with it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, let's get a job somewhere else that, but you have a master's that will help you. You have something right now that outside of music, you will be able to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also were the director of performing arts in New York for some time. How was that experience?
This can be
Good, man. It's cool. Yeah, like I mentioned, you were director of performing arts in New York.
Mm-hmm.
How was that experience?
That experience was incredible. As again, I gave it my all. I went into it with everything I wanted, and we were being so successful. The school, the students that were under me, they were growing because I felt like I was giving back to the universe for what the universe gave to me. I was a young person. People invested in me. I spent long years in the music, learning, being a dancer, doing drama and doing, music. Oh my God, I was so happy doing this. Kids were excelling, and I had these grand notions that we are going to be the school that will be the feeder school to performing arts high school. And when I left it, indeed, it was doing that. It really was doing it because that was a dream, and I engineered and steered my performing arts, and it never worked out as I thought because again, God had a plan for me to come back into music.
Yeah. Welcome back. But it never left really, but welcome back.
It was just part of the journey.
Yeah, man. All right. So in 2022, you came up with you released Queen. How that project came together.
And I was told to write a song for me and Master Griffiths. It never worked out, but I had Queen, and I went. I financed it. I self-produced. Everything for Queen was my responsibility, and I'm very, very proud.
Nice. Mention Queen. I read that you actually did a dubplate Kamala Harris, Vice President.
Yes, I dubplate for Kamala for Action when she was supposed to be the Vice President.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. Kamala coming with the action. That was pretty cool. I wanted to endorse her as a Black, a Jamaican woman. I was less concerned about the Democratic Party as I was invested. She's a Jamaican woman who I wanted to succeed. The Democratic thing, it came with that package, but that was not my major interest.
Yeah, the politics. All right. You also was featured in DJ Cassie Pass the Mic. How was that? How was that experience? I mean, that was a big thing back in the COVID time.
But that was so cool when we did Action Terror and I. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
It was pretty cool. Really was.
yeah, nice. All right. So you've been on
This thing, I'm like, how so much? Like you're talking and I'm like laughing. I said, enough things you do.
Yeah, man. Listen,
I can't keep up with myself.
listen. We never scratch the surface yet, for the sake of time. I'm just kind of bruising, about to choose some certain things. In 2023, there was a festival in Harlem, and Estelle, and I believe she invited you, or she brought you on stage. What's your relationship with Estelle?
I don't really have a relationship with Estelle. We were supposed to do something in her act, and she asked. I was so ready. I was gonna do Action and Anything for You, and yeah, it was going to be dynamic. This is one disappointment that I had that summer because I was so looking forward in doing that with her, but it never worked out. But I'm hoping when they do it again, that we will do it, we'll get an opportunity to do it.
Yeah, man. In life, everything is timing. All right, nice.
Everything
so
is.
This part of the podcast. Yeah, man. So this part of the podcast is called 2,000 Questions About Me. So pretty much it's a book that I brought a couple of years ago, and I'm not going to ask you 2,000 questions, but I'm going to ask you to pick a number from 1 to 2,000, and the number that you pick is going to be the question that's going to be asked out of the book. So here we go. What's your favorite
500.
number? 500. All right, 500. Let me see. 500. All right. If you could be an explorer, what would be your expedition? If you could be an explorer, what would be your expedition?
I would love to explore like Africa.
Okay, nice.
Like I'm reading this book of Water and Spirit by Maledoma Somé, and it's actually in where tour is Basico, but where the country, but the country that this it Ismael Toro. I always forget it.
I
That would be.
Yeah, I know you're talking about, but I don't want to mess it up either. But I'm very.
Yeah, I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to mess it up. But Ibrahim Toure country, and it's centered in that country, and the way it speaks about African spirituality and tradition is like their whole life was tradition. Yeah. Their whole life was, so it made me intrigued. I would like to explore like Africa during that time.
Yeah.
To see and to understand. Yeah, that's where I would like to explore, just to see how people lived. And then I realized in just thinking about, Africa at that time, I'm like, it's the same thing with Native Americans. It's the same thing with probably Europeans also, before Indians, Chinese, that kind of community life centered on rituals and all of that. And I would have loved to explore it and write about it from not her story, like how people write his story and they change it, and with their prejudices they put their different kind of nuances and interpretation, and just can't write from just a pragmatic personal space. That's what I would love to do.
Wow, that's
but
nice.
Then that time gone. It's just purely wishful thinking.
That time ain't gone too, man. It's still wrong, man. Never too late.
Burkina Faso is the name of the country.
Oh, Burkina Faso. I had Faso in my head, but I couldn't get the first part. So I don't want to mess it up.
I didn't want to make a mistake. It was like,
yeah. All right. So you're also involved with the charity Sisters to Sisters. What is that about?
Yeah, we haven't had Sisters to Sisters in a while. That was basically back in the days when we got involved and stuff. But we haven't had it going in a while. But you know what? We give solo, but it's not as an organization.
Okay. All right. Well, at this point, man, I definitely want to open up the floor. If there's anything you want to, add, anything you want to, plug in before we wrap it up.
Not really. I have news material coming out, and I'm just very thankful that I have been given an opportunity to showcase my talents for 45 years. the graciousness and the love that I walk with. I'm very thankful. I'm very respectful of that. And I just want to big up everybody who have ever supported me and still supporting me. Big up, big up, big up every time.
Nice. Also, man, I definitely want to take this opportunity to, and I definitely have to give Jack or Jill his jacket when big up your management, man. Judy and the whole team, Judith and the whole team.
Yeah, she's incredible.
She's incredible, man. And I've been doing this for a while, and it's something that I think about, and I say to myself, you know what? I really have to. Managers who doing what it's supposed to do. The artist needs to know that hey, behind the scenes, your management on point. They're really on point, and I definitely want to.
I know she's on point.
Yeah,
and she knows I know that she's on point. I'm very happy with my manager and just the incredible job that she does all the time.
Yes. Well,
yes.
Miss Sutherland, man, I really appreciate it. Much love, man. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so very much. Sorry about the time delay, but as I said before, we are all here trying to prepare ourselves for the possible hurricane, possible storm. So to get caught up, and I really am appreciative that you were patient enough to understand just the situation that I am in. Our whole country, Jamaica.
Yeah. Well, Miss Sutherland, thanks for your contribution to the arts and culture, and your music will live on for years to come. And I'm a fan, and much love, much success, and I'm looking forward to see you in the big screen. Looking forward to seeing you in the big screen.
Yes, definitely. I'm looking forward to seeing myself also.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give thanks. Nadine Sutherland.
Big up. God bless you. Keep safe, all right?
Yes, man. Respect. Give thanks.
Respect, dude.
All right.
And that's a wrap on another episode of AlonzoBash Podcast. If you're loving the content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Your reviews mean the world to us, so take a moment to leave one if you can. It really helps us grow and reach more awesome listeners like you. Speaking of awesome, share this podcast with your friends and family. Now here's a little treat for you. Use the code BASH for 10% off your next purchase from any of our amazing sponsors. You can find their details in our episode descriptions. Until next time, as Alonzo would say, stay focused on your goals and dreams. See you on the next episode.
Oh man, want good love. Now sympathize. Oh man, want good love every night. Right up. Love a girl. Nadine. Step up.
She want a lover, man.
Action. At a bag of motor. Sweet. Now we made the girl them broke out. Action. At a bag of motor. Sweet. Now we made the girl them broke out.
You think you are so fine.
Big chat no work, yeah man, watch the time.
Stop playing with my mind.
Oh man, no in a joke when she will want the wine.
You call me on the phone.
I know what a talking angel come down.
And now I want you home.
I tell Jackie, girl, me nah use no stone.
Action.
At a bag of motor.
Sweet.
Now we made the girl them broke out.
Action.
At a bag of motor.
Sweet.
Now we made the girl them broke out.
I need some action. Tender satisfaction. My chemistry is flowing. Can you cause a chain reaction? I need some action. Tender satisfaction. My chemistry is flowing. Can you cause a chain reaction?
Bedroom bully, she no want that you know. She want a man to caress her up like so. And I make love to woman like a war them a go. Woman a ball in a agony and all out. Hardcore loving man, you must see insane. Woman no want no man to make she feel pain. Sweet loving in the falling rain. Sweet loving a mix of her brain.
Action.
At a bag of motor.
Sweet.
Loving make the girl them broke out.
Action.
At a bag of motor.
Sweet.
Loving make the girl them broke out.
You think you understand?
Agony, pain and loving a no one.
I need a loving man.
But if I love it, don't be enough affection.
Sweet talks and tender kiss.
No one want to come tear off our Brazil.
Can you erase my fear?
They're coming right over, so Nadine just beware of me.
Action.
At a bag of motor.
Sweet.
Now we make the girl them broke out.
Action.
At a bag of motor.
Sweet.
Now we make the girl them broke out.
I need some action. Tender satisfaction.
bedroom bully, she no want that, you know. She want a man to caress her up like so. And I make love to woman like a war them a go. Woman a ball in a agony and all out. Just hardcore loving man, you must see insane. Woman no want no man to make she feel pain. Sweet loving in the falling rain. Sweet loving a mix of our brain.
Action.
That a bag of mouth.
Sweet.
Loving the girl them broke out.
Action.
That a bag of mouth.
Sweet.
Loving the girl them broke out.
I need some action. Tender satisfaction. My chemistry is flowing. Can you cause a chain reaction? I need some action. Tender satisfaction. My chemistry is flowing. Can you cause a chain reaction?
Agony, pain and loving and no one. What if I love it, don't be enough affection. You know, no rough man to tear off our brazier. Terror coming over. So Nadine just be